Hey guys! Alright, so I'm going to show you my new and updated wash routine. First I'm going to show you how I tested my water, because that's an important facet of making sure that your wash routine is on point. Because if you have hard water, then there's special things you need to implement into your wash routine for it to get your diapers fully clean and prevent any issues with your diapers. So while I get that started, I'm going to show you. So the first thing that you want to do in your wash routine is a pre-rinse or quick wash if you have that setting. If you have hard water, it's a really good idea to use some detergent in with that quick wash. You'd want to use to line 1 of detergent. Or if it's like a weaker detergent, like a free and clear, then 1 scoop. So like sometimes, even though I don't have hard water, sometimes I like to use a scoop of Country Save to be able to use this up, because I had just gotten a new box right before I learned more about wash routines and how this wasn't cutting it for us. If I used 3 scoops per load, 1 in the pre-wash and 2 in the main wash, it kind of did a good job. Still wasn't quite good enough, but that was like minimally effective for us. But that's really expensive, because this whole box is like, what, almost $15. And if I'm doing 3 scoops for every load, man, that's expensive. So sometimes I add 1 whole scoop of this to the pre-wash just to use it up, because it's not as important since I'm still using a mainstream detergent on my main wash. But if you have hard water, it's a good idea to add something, because powdered detergents do have some softeners in them. So I do it on cold, and I usually have a big enough load that I have a medium water setting, more on that later. And I do it on light normal, because rinse just isn't enough for me. So let's get that started. And I'm gonna test my water here. So if you see here, it says pass test strip under a stream of water for 1 second, remove, shake off excess, wait 15 seconds, and then compare to the color chart. So 1/1000. Alright, so it's been 15 seconds. Trying not to be in my light here. Kind of hard to tell because of the glare, but it's in between soft and like it's a little bit closer to the, so basically I don't have hard water, it's normal. If I were to have it from this point forward, hard to very hard, then that's when I would need to do some extra steps in my wash routine. But mine's normal, so I don't have to worry about it. So I do this quick wash. Hey guys, just a quick note about why we do the pre-wash, and that's so that we can get the bulk of the urine and the poop out. It will spin out with the water at the end of the cycle, so you're not trying to clean in dirty water. So then when you go to your main wash, you'll have nice clean water, so that the detergent can do a better job of getting the diapers clean. Okay, so now that I've done the quick wash, I'm going to do the main wash. So the first thing you want to do, once you find a good detergent, you want to follow what it says for a highly soiled wash. So this says heavily soiled large loads fill the top, or line 3 for large loads, or heavily soiled medium loads. So I always do at least line 3, anywhere between line 3 and fill to the top, because I don't do small loads with 2 in cloth. So between these two, depending on exactly how poopy and how big the load is. Now this is what I use, which is Gain Apple Mango Tango, and you guys, it smells amazing. So I like to use the powder. The powders are great for diapers because they include more water softeners in them, so if you have at all hard water, that helps. They rinse cleaner, and I don't know, I just like powder better. You can use liquid, unless if you have an HE machine, obviously regardless you need to make sure it's HE safe, which powdered Apple Mango Tango is not. You need to get the liquid for it. But anyway, I have a regular washer, so I don't have to worry about it. But I just really like this one. It's very effective. It smells really good. Gain is also a big one that's recommended if you have soft water. It doesn't have as much softeners in it as Tide does. We don't use Tide because my son and I are both sensitive to it, and also they kind of changed their formula recently, and some people are having issues with it. But Gain, I'm so happy with Gain. Gain is great. You can still use Gain with hard water. You're just obviously going to need to do some extra steps in there that I'm going to talk about in a second. So my load is pretty medium sized. I'm going to do line 3. It's not a huge load and it's not super dirty. So I put in the detergent. If my water was hard, I would need to use a water softener added in for the main wash. So that would be borax. You would use either a half a cup of this or a cap of Calgon. And this also comes in a powder form, but this is liquid. So one or the other you would add to your main wash if you had hard water. I do not, so I don't. I just keep them on hand for when I need to do stripping my diapers, which if you have a really on point wash routine, you do not need to do at all, like on a regular basis at all. Stripping your diapers is if you've had a bad wash routine and you need to reset them and fix what has been done to them so that going forward they're clean and great. Or if you get some secondhand diapers and either you know that they were washed in hard water without that being properly mitigated, or you're just not sure of the history and they seem like they might have some issues with either leaks or smells or whatever, then that's when you strip them. Otherwise, if you need to strip on a regular basis, your wash routine is not good. You need to change your detergent, you need to change some aspect of it. It should not be something that comes up regularly in your cloth diapering career. So I have those on hand. I've only needed to strip just because before, the detergent I was using before, Country Save, was just not good enough. My diapers weren't getting totally clean, and they were starting to get kind of stinky just ever so slightly. So I stripped just to reset them. But since I have updated to this awesome wash routine, I have not had any need, I've not had any issues at all. Okay, so I got my detergent in there. You can even wash on cold if you want, unless you're using a natural based detergent like 7th generation or something that you need to wash on hot. But mainstream detergent like Gain, I can use any of these. I usually wash on warm. And then medium level again, we'll talk about that more in a second. And then I change this to super heavy duty. Bottom line is, for your main wash, you want the most agitation for the longest amount of time to make sure your diapers are going to get properly clean. So things like heavy wash, you know, it depends on your washer what exact settings you use, but that's what you want. You want to find that setting that gives you the most agitation for the longest amount of time. So for mine, that's heavy duty super. Okay, so now it's filled with water. Let's talk about another really key component to having a great wash routine. When you have a standard non-HE washer like I do, you want the ratio between diapers and water to be the consistency of stew. If you have too much water and it's like soup, then that's a problem because then the diapers can't rub against each other enough to properly get clean. If you have too little water where it's like chili, then that's also a problem because then the diapers kind of move in a block and they don't really rub against each other. So you want right in the middle stew so that it gives you that agitation that you need to get them properly clean. So this was another issue that I had with my wash routine before. I was using too much water. I was still using the medium level, but I was using about half as many diapers, about 20, 25 tops. Now I've noticed to get that same consistency, I really need more like 40 diapers or so. If you don't have enough diapers for the right consistency, you can always add other things like towels to bulk it up. But since I have 2 in cloth, I just have more diapers. I just wait more days in between and have more diapers. So to check that you have the right level, what you do, you can use like a spatula or something. I use this, this is my toilet cleaner stick thingy. You definitely don't want to use something you're going to use on your food again. So that's why I'll use this, because, you know, it's used in the toilet, so yeah. Anyway, you want to push down. You want to use it to push down on the diapers. So for it to be stew, you want there to be 2 to 4 inches of water before it stops. Now this obviously is more than that. Because this is not a typical full load. So this is what soup looks like. You're pushing now, we've got these several inches of water above the diapers. I don't know if you're seeing how far it's going down. That's a lot. That's soup. So I would need to add more diapers or towels. I'm gonna add more diapers. Because in my experience, when I use towels, they often kind of lint up. Okay, so I've added some more diapers. Now when I push down, it only goes down a couple of inches. That's it. It's coming to here. I want about 2 to 4 inches above the diapers for it to be considered stew consistency. So this is perfect. Now I'm just gonna let it complete the wash now. Alright guys, so the main wash is done. Here's one other key difference between my current wash routine and the old one. I do not do an extra rinse anymore. Best case scenario, it's usually completely unnecessary and a waste of energy and water and time. Worst case scenario, if you have hard water, you're just redepositing those minerals into your diapers, and that can be bad and cause the mineral buildup, which causes the stinking issues. So regardless, unless your diapers are slimy or you can see visible suds all over them when your wash cycle is over, you do not need any additional rinses. Just whatever rinse happens in your normal cycle is fine. So I'll show you. See? They're all clean. There's no suds everywhere. They just feel clean. They don't feel slimy or anything at all. So they're done. So now all I have to do is dry them. So that's the other thing. They are designed to withstand quite a lot of heat. So you could throw them into the dryer, covers and all, and they would be fine. I just prefer, just because I have large loads and whatever, I like to split them up. And I put the inserts and the pre-folds and that kind of stuff in the dryer, and I hang up the covers and the pockets and the all-in-ones. Every so often I dry the all-in-ones, you know, I switch off with that. And then the ones like the Swaddle Simplex, the ones that are cotton rather than microfiber, tend to get a little stiff when they air dry, and so I'll fluff those in the dryer without heat. But anyway, it's just the way I like to do it. I just like to line dry. It's not totally necessary. It doesn't ruin your diapers, put them in the dryer. It's just, they last a little bit longer if you don't. Just because of them tumbling around in the snaps and, you know, everything, and they go against each other. If you dry your pockets, all the ones in the dryer, you, especially with pockets, you want to wait until they're cooled off before you stuff them, because if you're stretching the elastic while they're still hot, that can contribute to your elastics relaxing faster. So that's just something to keep in mind. But this is how I do it. So I take a hanger and I just fold them over. This way they air dry and it's not putting a lot of stress on the elastic. Because some people, they hang them upward like this, but then the weight of the diaper, and this is especially a problem with all-in-ones, the weight of the diaper is pulling on the elastic while it hangs. So this doesn't pull on it, it just lays there. And then that way they air dry without putting any stress on the diaper. And it's just convenient because I have this shelf here to just latch them on. And I did it the last place I was at as well. It had a rod right over the washing machine, so that was convenient. And then if I have any stains and I want to sun them, I have a fold up drying rack thing that I just lay them on top. And I get to putting the inserts in the dryer and hanging these up. So that concludes my new and improved wash routine. Definitely check out the link in the description. It goes into a little bit more detail about why these particular things are happening, especially if you have hard water. Read up about hard water and why a water softener is needed and all that stuff. So go to that link, check it out, look around. Fluff Love University is an awesome website, and it came into fruition based off of a Facebook group called Fluff Love and Cloth Diaper Science, which is just amazing, and I've learned so much from them. My wash routine is so much better. My diapers are so much cleaner. They smell great and nice and clean right out of the wash. And they look awesome. I have way fewer stains and no stink issues like I had before. So I am so happy my diapers are clean, which is good for my kids' little butts. I'm also going to be posting a video showing how I did this stripping process, so definitely check that out as well. And if you like videos about cloth diapers, definitely subscribe to my channel because there will be more of them to come. Thanks for watching. Bye guys!